It's the moment everyone's been waiting for. Disney package film number 4.
Is it?
It's Fun and Fancy Free. Greetings, my name's Ben and this is Ediz. I just started talking, I'm sorry.
It's Fun and Fancy Free. If this is your first time here, I'm Ediz, this is Ben, and we like to bring you Disney classic reactions. We like to also drop in some fun facts along the way.
Do we?
I say we. Ben likes to drop in some fun facts, and I pretend to care.
That is accurate.
So we are on classic number, I'm just gonna say 9.
Ding, ding, ding.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It feels like it's taken 10 years to get here.
I hope people are enjoying the package films. Aren't they great?
Are you enjoying the package films?
I'm enjoying seeing you just gradually fall asleep more and more throughout all of them. How are you feeling today? Are you awake?
I feel quite awake today. So hopefully it's a good one.
Hopefully.
I feel like each movie has more and more sections.
But in Make My Music, there was 10. How many do you reckon are in Fun and Fancy Free?
Is it going up? 15? 2.
You happy?
I'm really happy. Is there a plot?
Opening credits. Let's go.
Fun, fun, fun and fancy free.
In Technicolor. Donald Duck. Mickey Mouse. Jiminy Cricket.
Isn't that crazy though?
Wait, what? What? I'm confused. No explanation. Live action photography. Ooh, is this a spoiler?
Ooh, we got some live action.
It's simple as the ABCs and hardly seems
Jiminy.
worth giving. I'm a happy-go-lucky fellow, full of fun and fancy free.
How do we feel? Because obviously we didn't like Jiminy Cricket in our Pinocchio movie reaction. No, we didn't like him. We just thought he gets a lot of hype.
He's overrated.
He's overrated.
Because actually, what did he do in the movie?
Yeah, not much.
He didn't really help.
So, do you feel like this should be Timothy Q. Mouse instead?
If I had my way, every movie would start with Timothy Q. Mouse.
Full of fun and fancy free.
That's the way I want.
This is a great song.
This song is actually a cut song from Pinocchio.
Wow.
So it's going to be in Pinocchio, and because it sings
Oh, that
about being
makes
fun and
sense.
fancy free.
Right.
So I don't know if they had the title Fun and Fancy Free and then thought, ooh, why don't we add this song? Or if they had this song and were like, ooh, why don't we call it Fun and Fancy Free because of this song? I don't know.
They should have put that in the new Pinocchio live action.
They should have done a lot of things in the new Pinocchio live action.
Here, just look at the morning paper. You'll find the whole world worrying about some future age.
Oceans will gobble Earth, scientists forecast. Do you reckon that was real?
Well, that's basically what people are saying now still, global warming.
Right, yeah, I guess that is that. But people also say that global warming is just fake and a phony.
Well, apparently it's been going on since the 40s, so I see why.
Say, what's the matter? You worried about something too? Be full of fun, fancy free. Life is a song, happy, gay. So let's have some music.
When did people stop using the word gay as happy? Also,
Okay.
a lot of people say happy and gay together.
Happy, gay.
I know obviously people say like gay means happy back in the day, but it can't have meant happy because you'd be going happy, happy.
It's like going, nah, I was angry, I was mad.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't go, wait, why are you saying the same thing twice?
I want to know the history of when the gay term stopped being happy.
Time for an LGBTQ history lesson! I think just the vague story is when people were like, you're homosexual, they were like, no, we're just gay. As in, no, we're just happy.
Right.
So it was LGBT people trying to turn it around to being like, instead of, so I'd be like, no, yay. Is that clear? Words, they change meanings.
Now, what in the world is Bongo? Oh, a musical story sung by Dinah Shore. Take it away, Dinah.
Oh, Woody thought he was doing something in Toy Story 2. Jiminy Cricket invented Toy Story 2.
But mostly, this is a story about Bongo.
This is a story about Bongo the Bear.
Was born in the circus.
Was born in the circus without a care.
In fact, Bongo was the star of the circus.
Oh, that's a cute little bear.
With mouths wide open, they watched his ascent as he daringly climbed to the top of the tent.
Do you reckon circuses were like really popular then? Because this is the second circus movie.
I'm gonna say,
Yes.
did you go to circus when you were a kid?
I went with my first girlfriend and I saw a guy spinning a plate and I bought said plate and I learned how to spin said plates.
Just remember you coming in the next day with your spinning plate and you're like...
I also bought the Diablo because when I was in Florida for the first time, again with the same girlfriend.
She treated you good, bro. You did not return this.
For a grand climax, he would gracefully plunge 300 feet into a wet sponge.
So random. Well done, Bongo.
Oh, that's horrible.
Both Disney films about circuses, they've not made them look like nice places to be.
And pampered like a baby.
We'll have you watch them dried.
Bongo, the bear in the gilded cage.
Prison balls.
This is Jumbo all over again.
They hoovered up the tent.
They learnt by this point not to use roustabouts in their movies.
Hey, Bongo! Get going! You're on!
So we're in the circus, and originally they wanted more crossover characters in this film, and the circus was going to feature some of the side characters from Dumbo. So we'd see some of
Right.
the elephants, some of the other animals.
Makes sense.
Maybe some of the clowns as well.
So it's the same circus.
Potentially. And the reason for that is Art Babbitt, who was the animation director of Dumbo, was a character animator on Bongo.
What's the difference between an art director and a character maker?
You did not say any of the things I just said. Do you remember who Art Babbitt is?
Should I remember who Art is?
Wow. It would just be nice if you paid attention sometimes when I'm giving these fun facts. So,
Art Babbitt.
cast your mind back to our Reluctant Dragon reaction when I spoke about the Disney strikes of 1941. So he was animation director of Dumbo, then the strikes happened during Reluctant Dragon, which was like a couple of years later. So the strikes were mainly about the lower paid animators. He was one of the highest paid animators who joined the strike and ended up being like a spokesperson for
Yeah, I
them,
remember.
which meant him and Disney were no longer on like speaking terms.
Right.
War happened, World War II precisely. Art Babbitt served in the US Marines fighting in World War II. He then, after the war, came back to animate for Disney. Walt Disney then fired him, and Art Babbitt was like, I'm not having this. He then went to the Supreme Court with a lawsuit against Disney.
Right.
His lawsuit was for unfair labor practices. They awarded it in Art's favor. Art Babbitt got a big payout
From Disney,
and also had to go back and work at Disney. Like Walt had to like rehire him. He then made this movie and then pretty much left after
left.
that. He didn't stick around long after this. So Art Babbitt is potentially the last time we're going to mention them in these movie reactions.
That was a long fact.
But Art Babbitt, what a legend.
The call of the wild kept ringing in his ears. Wow. He was losing his grip. He had to escape, to get away.
Not to get too deep, but this is actually called something. Like in zoos, it's called like something zoo paralysis or something.
Zootopia.
No. But basically, there's quite a lot of videos of like animals like walking into walls like repetitively, and it's like to show it's called something, and it's like them going crazy because they're in a tiny little space. It's interesting how Disney have done a few like vegan animal cruelty movies or segments like Bambi, this, Dumbo.
Fun and fancy free, hitting on the hard issues in
Yeah.
the world.
Damn. Well, that was easy. Don't forget the unicycle.
That was a smooth getaway.
At last he was free. He felt so good, he just had to run around and jump.
How can he be in the circus and not know how to jump?
That was funny.
Chip and Dale. And other people.
I love the theory that these are Chip and Dale, but
They're not.
just because one of them needs to have a red nose, one of them needs these teeth slightly further apart. Chip and Dale had come out just a few years prior to this, but they did look slightly different. But I guess these are like prototype Chip and Dales, because obviously when the movie was first developed, it was before Chip and Dale came out, so who knows? I just said a lot of words there.
You do that a lot.
Sorry, everybody.
I love to hang around. My life is twice as easy with a cricket you don't hear in the city.
Lovely voice.
There's more fun in taking the sun in.
That was lovely.
On the space.
Where is that in America? If anyone knows where this is in America, can you please tell us in the comments? Because I want to know and I want to go there. And I will roll around on the floor like this bear.
To stretch out under a canopy of stars, studying the velvet softness of the night.
I think Bongo's enjoying his freedom.
Is it going to go south?
Part of me wants it to, because otherwise it's going to be a bit boring for the rest of the short.
Hush. All nature sleeps.
Something's gonna happen.
It's going to get eaten by a lion or something.
A thunderbolt! Every movie. Do you want to hear a real geeky fact about that tree?
Okay. That tree's from something else. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, the animation of that tree falling down was reused for a tree falling down in Bambi during the forest fire.
How do you know that?
It's got an eye for things.
That's a dirty beat. Hey.
Who's that bear? On a scale of 1 to 10, what are you saying?
About the bear?
What are you saying, though? What are you saying?
This must be heaven.
How do you feel about she's lighter skinned and he's darker skinned?
I mean, it plays into what you said about Bambi. It does always seem to be like the male animal is darker than the female animal. Simba, Nala, Bambi, Faline.
But it can't be real. It's just too good to be true.
Well, that was adorable.
And out of the blue.
For a movie that was meant to be full length and has been cut down, I want to know what they cut, because the stuff that's left isn't the most thrilling, is it?
It looks nice.
Yeah.
Then take me to heaven with you.
Oh, it started off so well.
They always make me so sleepy, these package movies.
This sequence is a little bit like Upendi.
Yeah, I thought that. People don't talk about Lion King 2 enough. Where their passion grows sweet.
It just takes two to make it true. Your heart will take you there.
Is this a dream?
What's interesting is the message here feels like, whoa.
Man's trying to talk about a message when some drama's about to happen.
Air grew still with a sudden chill. No talk, no laughs, no chatter.
Ooh.
With the trees shaking, the ground quaking, the crowd began to scatter.
Hey, she's the first rap artist for Disney.
He was the roughest, toughest, meanest bear.
He just took out trees from the roots.
He probably doesn't know who I am.
Just carrying his CV.
Bongo, the humble king.
Bongo.
Just a moment.
Why did she just slap him?
You'll find out.
She wants to get with the bigger bear.
You know, in this time period of Disney.
Surely not.
In this time period of Disney.
Ben, surely not.
In this time period of Disney, we can't really get through a movie without a little bit of controversy.
Oh no, what's gonna happen?
Why should Lulabelle turn against him? That was no way for a lady to act.
What? Why is she hitting him? What's going on?
Lulabelle's feelings were hurt. All right.
Why is she crying? I'm so confused, bro.
What have I done?
She cheated on Bongo. Is that what that's meant to represent?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, what's going on? Why? What? Who? How? What's going on?
Just keep watching.
He'd never find out that when bears are in love, they always say it with a slap.
That can't be a fact.
Come on, goofy scream in the background.
Every pigeon likes to crow when he says I love you, but a bear likes to say it with a slap.
But a bear likes to say it with a slap.
With a slap, slap, slap. Give me a long slap.
Do you think this song is giving a good message out to the kids?
Just I'm snapping people.
That if you see mummy and daddy slap each other, that means they love each other.
Yeah.
Is that the message?
Alright, yeah.
Is that the message?
Toxic behaviour.
Slapped her once and he missed her jaw and he wound up smacking his mother-in-law. Now
Wound up slapping his mother-in-law.
But a bear likes to say it with a slap.
I missed.
A bear fights a bear, and a bear likes
Go on, Bongo. Go slap your woman.
slap.
Now, what are the rules here?
Yeah, if he slapped him, now he loves him.
Yeah, so now is Bongo gonna have to fall in love with the big bear?
Okay, what's going on? Why are we not getting like Disney doesn't the little
Yeah, there was no disclaimer at the beginning of this. Does that mean Disney stand?
Ben loves the mic. He slapped the mic.
Does that mean that Disney stands by this message to the kids?
Apparently. Slap a bear.
Also, the bear just slapped Bongo, so Bongo's gonna get with the big bear! Does she now love her other hand?
Come on.
Do you think people would be happy if I put Bongo in our Disney Smash Bros roster?
Hey, that's a good shout. I'd play with him.
Because he's showing me moves right now.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
little buzzsaw with the wheels, the little pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Smash Bros loves putting the obscure characters. I don't know if there'll be a more obscure character than Bongo the Bear.
That a bear likes to say it with a slap.
I love you, Lulabelle. I love you too, Bongo.
It is clever.
That clip out of context is great. I love you, Lulabelle.
Hey, he's learning.
He's learning to be a bear. So what do you think of our first of two shorts from Fun and Fancy Free? What do you think of Bongo the Bear's story?
I thought it started off really, really well. Mm-hmm. And then it just went really, really beige.
Their setup was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And the slapping sequence,
Was
as controversial as it is these days, it was funny.
entertaining.
It was entertaining. Bongo the Bear actually appears in Aladdin Return of Jafar. Some people say it's Bongo. I'm not sure if it is. The genie in his song transforms into like a tightrope unicycling bear. It must be Bongo.
Who else is...
The costume's a little bit different, but cool reference maybe.
the Moscow Circus hired me to fly traffic on Mount Olympus ran a race with Hercules.
If this is your first time here, I'm Ediz, this is Ben. Thanks for joining us on the channel. Before we get into the segment, I just want to tell you a bit about us. We're bringing you some Disney movies. We're bringing you some Disney knowledge. We're bringing you some Disney fun. Anything else, Ben?
I just want to say, if this is your first time here, wow, what a brave one to start with. Fun and Fancy Free? Really? But we're doing all the Disney movies, so join us.
We'll probably be like 50 odd when we finish, but it'll be worth it. Back to Fun and Fancy Free.
Miss Luana Pat.
Luana, that's a lovely name.
Luana.
A party.
Join the party, come along. You'll be full of fun and fancy free.
Oh, I forgot.
Some dated live action for everybody.
We're awfully glad you came to our party.
Well,
Did you have fun?
oh yes, indeedy. Well, good night, Luana. Good night, Ophelia.
So Luana Patton, that is her real name, and she is one of Disney's first child stars. She starred in a little controversial movie called Song of the South, and also So Dear to My Heart with Bobby Driscoll, who went on to voice Peter Pan
We heard the
and
story.
ruin his life. During our Chip and Dale movie reaction, I spoke about Bobby Driscoll because in a strange way, it was kind of based on his life. But yeah, here she is, being made into a little child star.
Would you like another piece of cake? Or some ice cream?
No, thank you. I'm full up.
Some candy? Care for a cigar?
Oh, is he voicing him as well? Is he voicing all of them?
So this is Edgar Bergen, who is a famous ventriloquist from the 1940s.
Wow.
And he really dates this movie.
Right.
How would you like to hear me tell a story?
Oh, I'd love it. Wouldn't you, Charlie?
Once upon a time, long, long ago. Funny, nothing ever happens nowadays.
I feel like it's meant to be funny.
Yeah, I always get that feeling watching this bit too.
You create a picture in your mind's eye. Oh, that's not easy for him. His mind gets in the way.
This is her birthday party.
Why is no kids there?
She just invited one old man and his creepy puppets. And where are her parents?
Is it, where are the jokes?
I mean, also, where are the jokes?
Where are the jokes?
Oh, what was the question?
Happy Valley.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Oh, think hard.
Yeah. See,
It's quite cool.
Can I try?
Certainly.
Yes, I think I can see it, Mr. Bergen.
What a know-it-all.
And something very precious is kept within these castle walls.
What is it?
It's a magic singing harp.
What a sunny sky kind of makes you sigh in a happy way. Gorgeous, sumptuous, thumping, bumptious, humgalumptious, simply scrumptious.
Hungalumptious.
what a happy day.
In a book or play, what a lovely day.
The crows.
Some crows, not the crows.
Oh my, oh my.
Although, I know some reused animation when I see it. I've never actually seen this one before, but that is the end of Elephant Fly.
Yeah, I thought so.
I've never seen anyone talk about that, probably because no one cares about these crows. But yeah, I'd seen someone talk about that tree from earlier.
What a happy day.
That was a cute song.
One day a mysterious shadow crept over the valley. And then something dreadful happened.
A thunderbolt!
What happened?
Someone stole the harp.
Hooked.
No longer was the valley happy, for without the magic of the harp, all was misery.
Well, at least they had milk.
Well, she used to be a good milker, but now
She's an utter failure.
Ba-dum.
and there they are. Three poor farmers, gripped by the pangs of
Did you forget they was in this?
Still alive, still breathing, sharing
What kind
a
of bread?
pitiful crust.
It's a ghost of a bread.
They got a ration, bro.
As if we're seeing... I feel like I've not seen Mickey in that for ages.
Well, Mickey's last appearance was in Fantasia. Goofy's last appearance was in Saludos Amigos.
To be
And
fair-
Donald was in Three Caballeros.
To be fair though, Mickey's actually not in any classics, so...
Well, the reason he was in Fantasia was because his popularity was like waning a little bit. The reason they then put him in this is because his popularity was like waning a little
Wow.
bit. By this point, Goofy and Donald Duck were actually more popular than Mickey Mouse. But I think that's because as characters,
It's more exciting to
they
watch.
got more to them than Mickey.
Just look at that miserable creature, doggedly struggling to maintain life. But Donald doesn't whimper. Donald doesn't give up.
Shut up! I can't stand it!
He says he's all right, but I wonder.
Looks a bit like Gollum.
I think he's going to try and unalive Mickey Mouse.
No! No, no! Watch!
Oh, the cow. That makes more sense.
Watch, old cows around.
The choice of the horns on his hair.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it looks like devil horns. On the
That's
back of his-
clever, because that's his napkin timed around his
Yeah.
timed around his neck. So it's like saying if you want to eat cows, you're the devil.
Again, another vegan message.
Come through Disney ahead of your time, baby.
The little fellow was completely out of his head. He was a pitiful sight.
Not going back to these puppets.
Sneak up on her and surprise her. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll kill the cow.
I'm a bit bored, not gonna lie.
I felt like we were getting into something, and they pulled it right back.
Oh no, Charlie, you mustn't.
Yeah, we'll get a stranglehold on her while she's asleep and push her off the cliff.
Edgar Bergen, he was actually a big inspiration for Jim Henson, so much so that Jim actually gave him a cameo in the original Muppet movie in the 70s.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's literally the same puppet.
But the sad thing is that he died before the movie actually got released.
Oh, wow.
So you're seeing him in some of his last days. But yeah, he was really famous for that puppet and the other puppet that's in Fun and Fancy Free.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place and save a lot of time?
I could save a lot of time by not telling the story at all.
Your idea is not without merit.
What do you think about this guy as an actual ventriloquist? Because I can legit see his mouth moving.
I was waiting for that. So he became really famous as a ventriloquist, but back in the 40s, what was more popular than TV? It was actually radio. So Dinah Shore, who narrated the last short, and Edgar Bergen, they were both radio celebrities.
Right.
And when Edgar Bergen watched this back, he said that he was disappointed because he'd clearly got sloppy doing all these years of radio where he actually didn't need to keep up that skill of doing ventriloquy because no one can see his mouth. And so he was actually really disappointed when he looks back. What's shady is no one on set was like, hey, yo, bro.
Your mouth's moving.
Like,
I think the whole thing's meant to be that we can't see. Is he talking?
Like, I'm not an expert, but...
Because as Mickey goes to the village to sell the cow, the thought of prosperity brings new hope to the famished farmers.
He's going to sell the cow? Where?
Have you not clocked what the story is?
Turkey, lobster, sweet potato pie. Oh! I want to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat until I die.
Oh, is it Jack and the Beanstalk?
That's an iconic look.
It's Jack and the Beanstalk.
Beans! What do you mean, beans? Yeah, fellas, I sold the cow for some magic beans.
Hence the beans.
And selling the cow.
If you plant these beans in the light of a full moon, you know what'll happen? Donald!
Poor Mickey. Cheated into trading his cow for a handful of beans.
Handful? We had 3 beans.
He's a mouse, got small hands. So obviously, this one was going to be a full-length feature as well, which means when they had to cut it down, they had to cut down certain scenes. One of the scenes they had to get rid of was Mickey selling the cow. Now, there was 2 different ideas for who it was going to be that he sells the cow to.
How do you know this?
Because I do research, Ediz. I like to read things in my spare time. I listen to podcasts. Disney is my life. So in one of the versions, he sells it to Honest John.
From Pinocchio.
Come on, Ediz, remembering the characters? Which was one of my favourite characters in Pinocchio, so I would have loved to have seen that. So conniving and sneaky. Ooh, have some magic beans. You can just picture it, right?
Yeah.
But they also storyboarded a version where he goes to sell it to Princess Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse is a princess.
Come forward, please.
Your Majesty.
Oh, mystic spirit of ancient queens. Plant with care these magic beans.
That would have been nice, because obviously it's great seeing Donald, Mickey and Goofy together, but throw in Minnie, and we've got 4 of the Fab 5 and the Sensational 6.
Fab 5, is that thing?
Fab 5 is just without Pluto. Or is it without Daisy, actually? I think it's without Daisy.
Let us know in the comments.
You could have not been less interested in the answer.
There's something moving.
Oh, yes. Well, maybe there is some magic in them.
It's like belly dancing. What would you do if one morning you woke up and there was a beanstalk just growing out your house?
Did it break the roof?
Not yet. It's about to.
Like any minute.
About an hour.
I'd get it and open a window and just make it go out the window.
And that's it. It's just let it keep growing to your house. To be fair, you'd be an attraction, so you could probably make some money just like being like, hey, come watch this stalk that goes through my house.
Some people would say I'm already an attraction.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
They are deep sleepers.
I feel like that's what I'd be like, to be fair.
Perhaps mortal man has never before set foot on this strange land.
Well, somebody did. Well, it wasn't Cinderella.
Oh, they mentioned Cinderella, which will be coming out in 1950, just 3 years from now. Is that what you want?
3 years from now is when we'll be doing Cinderella reaction.
What mystery lurked within those cold, forbidding walls? What strange spell hovered over this gloomy place?
I have to say, I'm not loving the fact that it's just narrated and he's telling us what we're seeing. I would much prefer it. Like, we get hardly any dialogue actually from
characters.
The trio.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how cool would it be if they opened the door and the giant was Walt Disney?
That would have been far too meta for 1940s. Speaking of the narration, Edgar Bergen is narrating this, the ventriloquist guy. But later on, they released other versions of this movie with different people narrating. One of them is Ludwig von Drake, who is like the mad professor duck character and has a very fun voice. So I would love to have seen that version.
Why do I know that name?
Because we spoke about him when we analysed all the posters for...
Oh, yeah. If you haven't seen our video about the Disney ride posters, then check that out.
It sounds worse than it is. It's a good video.
It's such a good video, yeah.
The other person who narrated this, and they released a version of him narrating it, is our good friend, Sterling Holloway.
Oh.
You getting tired of hearing his name?
I am. He's the same voice.
Clearly Disney's favourite voice to listen to.
Was it?
Oh, they've not eaten, have they?
Starving, mate. Absolutely Marvin.
That's a cool design.
Oh, who's there? Who is it?
That's the harp.
That's the harp. So do you know who the original voice for Mickey Mouse was?
I think it might be Walt Disney.
It is. And this is his last appearance as Mickey Mouse.
Oh, wow. I want to hear it now.
Shh, Poodle. You don't want to get thrown off, do you? Be quiet and I'll let you out.
Why was it his last appearance?
I think he just got busy with, like...
life.
I think his schedule just got a bit too packed, to be honest.
We fooled him.
Yeah, someone took over to start doing all the shorts for Mickey Mouse. And then, to be fair, in the 50s and 60s, Walt Disney had his own TV show. And I think he did voice Mickey Mouse a little bit then. But he sounds not as good, in my opinion.
Probably because he smokes 1,000 cigarettes.
Well, here we go again. So hang on. Anything goes. You ready? Ready! Then let the show begin.
But at this point, this is his last, like, on-screen film appearance as Mickey Mouse.
How'd you get here?
I was kidnapped by that wicked giant.
Oh, a giant.
Oh, joy.
A giant?
A giant.
But why did the giant want to steal the harp?
Because he was cruel and selfish. He didn't care what happened to the valley. He just wanted someone to sing him to sleep.
So this is actually referenced in the movie Enchanted. When they're in the hotel room and they're flicking through TV channels.
Oh, yeah.
There is a brief appearance of little Luana's birthday party here with Ventriloquist Man.
Why?
It's a deep cut reference. It's kind of cool.
You just wanted someone to sing him to sleep.
Well, why didn't he turn on the radio?
Well, they didn't have radios in those days.
Yeah, that's why they called it Happy Valley.
I love that. Like these days, like, oh, all the kids are glued to their TikToks or that. Clearly back then it was...
radio.
Oh, all these kids with their radios. Back in my day, in Happy Valley, we didn't have any radios.
He looked something like this.
Not hand puppetry.
In all honesty, I've been defending these Disney package movies a lot from this era. I have nothing positive to say about this.
Yeah, I'm bored, bro. It's really confusing because you're like, oh, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, and then it's just like... what?
Now we're back to the saddest little girl's birthday party of all time. Where are her parents?
Hee-fi-fo-fum, hee-hi-ho-hum.
Come on, Troy Bolton.
He looks a bit like Flintstone.
Myself into an elf, fly up high like the birdies. I can disappear into atmosphere. Peekaboo. I don't know no Fifi.
A lot is happening.
Boy, what a lifeline.
But what's this here?
Oh, I can't believe it.
Do you know how to read poems?
No.
Why did you have to check your palm before saying that?
Well, can you change into a fly?
A cute, teeny, weeny, itsy bitsy housefly.
So the person who voiced Willy the Giant also voiced Sneezy from Seven Dwarfs because, here's a fact that will blow your mind, the actor that voiced them was really famous for their comedy sneezing. People were famous for weird things in the 40s. Well, that was the 30s. Damn.
Isn't one to give up without a struggle, and with a little luck, they may still pull through.
Hey.
Sneaky little mouse, isn't he? Sneaky.
Still be a chance of escape if she could only use her magic voice to put the giant to sleep.
In my favorite dream, a heavenly theme.
Do you like this song? Oh dear gosh.
It's working, just put me to sleep. He's gonna stab him.
Mickey's a savage in this.
I'll smash! I'll smack!
Here's the comedy sneeze. Alright. He earned his money, that was good.
Hey, Mickey. Key.
Mickey. Kingdom Hearts. Keyblade!
Get there quicker.
Come back here!
Hey! The way he spanked that cork.
You telling me that Mickey Mouse is travelling the same speed as a giant?
Did you not see him sliding down like Tarzan on the vines? Shh. Was he sliding down like Tarzan on the vines? I thought Tarzan was original.
He's helpless now, tumbling down, 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 down.
And the people of the valley, we know, lived happily ever after.
How did he do that? He spoke as both characters at the same time.
Lived happily ever after.
Now that's the real talent.
Very talented ventriloquist. We take it all back.
Nothing to be upset about.
No,
Come on, acting.
Lurgan, speak to me.
She could not be putting less effort into trying to wake him up.
Good night, Willie. Don't slam the roof.
Willie the Giant also appears in Disneyland.
Where?
There's a shop. If you look in the ceiling, you'll see him like peering through like this.
Oh wow, how random.
Next time we're there, I'll point him out to you. And you'll be like, Willie!
Wait.
Now some folks don't believe in giants, castles up above.
A bit more of this, please.
He's in Hollywood, baby!
Full of fun and fancy.
Come on, why aren't these songs on Spotify?
Yeah, that's nice.
Fun and fancy free.
So we didn't actually get like a end with Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, they came down, the giant fell. It feels incomplete. Let us know in the comments, what do you think of Fun and Fancy Free? Next up on our Disney classic journey, we're coming to the penultimate.
I'm so done with these package movies, bro.
It's the penultimate Disney package movie, Melody Time.
They're all like songs, aren't they, about music?
It's very similar to Make My Music, so you are gonna love it. We'll see you there. Doodles.
You said that like you were on a game show.
I am on a game show. And you just lost! That's number one.